Hi everyone, welcome to episode 1 of Coding a Simple Console Game in C. So in this episode, let's start with installing the tools that we're gonna use. So we will install MSys2 for the compiler. We will add the PowerShell integration. So the Windows PowerShell integration for the compiler, which here doesn't even exist. It's not even installed, and I will show you how to install it and how to add it to the environment path. Let's install also Visual Studio Code, and we'll use it as our default IDE or default editor to write the code. And we'll use ChatGPT. You don't have to have a paid version. You can just use it for free, or you can just use uh, any large language model. And basically that's it. So let's start by installing MSys. So let's type MSys2 and let's click here. And where it says installation in msys2.org, let's click the little msys.exe link. It will download. Yeah, I'm recording. Oh my gosh, I don't wanna forget to record. Okay. Okay. Let's run it. Welcome. Next. Let's leave this path like it is. C MSys64. Next. Okay, it already has the installation because I already installed it in another user, so that's fine. You just click next, next, install, next, and finish. Okay. Then once that's done, you type, my God, if it's already, oh, okay. So I will install it for me in another, okay. I will install it for me in like, I will call this Francisco underscore MSys 64 or Fran MSys Francis 64. Okay, but just leave yours as the default MSys64. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay. Now next, next, and do this. Okay. Okay. Let's go, my friends. Let's install all of this. Okay. Let's just wait for it to pass 50% at least. Come on. Okay, let's run it now. Sure. It will run the, as you saw there, and you can see right here, the UCRT64 mode. It will install, if you type MSys, it will install all of these different windows. We only care about the UCRT64 one. And now, in here in the the little site, their site. If we scroll down, we can copy the updating commands that they have here, and we can right click and paste. And we have to take out this little cipher or dollar symbol that it extra copied. So it's just pacman/s and etc. in front. So let's press enter, let's press Y and enter, and let it update all of the things. Then we can read down here in number 8 that now you can call GCC to build software from this window, but what we want is we want to be able to call GCC from the PowerShell, so basically from anywhere in the computer. And we will do that in a second. So let's let it finish. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a great day. Okay. Okay, did the thing. Okay. Yeah, it says that we can check for the version. So if we do GCC tech version, it shows us gcc.exe, sorry, whatever, built by whatever, the number. So there you go. Right, so let's do also the update guide, which is this little link, update guide. Okay, the number 9, after installing msys, will update itself via pacman. See update guide. Okay, let's copy this command, pacman suite, copy, paste. Again, let's press Y when it asks us and enter. And it will ask us, it will say to complete this update, including this terminal, it will close. Press Y to confirm. Y, enter. Then, optional maintenance, forget about this, okay? Now let's install Visual Studio Code first, because it's the other tool we'll need. Let's click download. Let's install for Windows 10, that's what I'm running. You install it for whatever operating system you're using, which I hope it's Windows as well, because that's why we need msys. If you're using Linux, you don't need to do any of this shit. But you probably know that if you're using Linux, so whatever. So here we go, Visual Studio Code user setup. I'm also gonna delete this msys installer because we don't need it anymore. It goes to the trash bin, goodbye. Let's install Visual Studio Code. I accept. Next. Let me just check that it's not installed already. It's not. Next. Next. I'll just leave everything as is. I don't need this open with code action on Windows Explorer. Next. Install. Let's let it do its thing. Users Francisco, app data, local programs. Do your thing. Okay, do it. Let's not launch it yet. Okay, delete, keep things clean. Okay, now if we launch UCRT, we can move to any part of our PC by typing cd c 2 dots and press enter. Now we're at C. Now we can go to users. Our user in this case is my name, and we can go to documents, for example. I can create projects. Let's create console game. Now we can launch GCC from here. We can check the version from the UCRT console. But if we try to do the same from the PowerShell, we get an error. So what we want to do is integrate it. We want to add it to the environment path, so the environment variable. So we want to type env and edit the system environment variable. Now it will probably ask you, scan your finger on the, go the fuck away. Fingerprint pin. God damn it. It will ask you for a password. It's asking me for a password because I'm not the administrator of this computer. But if you're the administrator, then it won't ask you for any password. Now we want to click here where it says environment variables. And here on path, we want to click edit. And see that I have this line here. I already added this. This is what you're going to want to add. That's why we didn't change the path. So your path will be that you will want to add where GCC and all the other tools are. It's in bin under the UCRT64. But now mine will be under a different one just because I installed mine under this one. Under here. Francis 64 UCRT bin. And I will copy this path and I will add a new one and I'll do this. And I will actually delete this one so it doesn't get into conflicts with it. Okay? So C Francis 64 UCRT 64 bin. Okay? But you will have C 2 dots backslash msys64 backslash ucrt64 backslash bin, and that is going to work for you. Okay, okay. There's no apply, so okay, and done. So now Windows key R for the run window, PowerShell. If God damn it, if we now check for the version, oh sorry, GCC. God damn it, dude. .exe tech version. Oh, what am I doing? If we now check for the version, it should work. But if it doesn't want to work with me just because I changed the name of the thing, I will just skip this and use the UCRT console, and it will be fine like that, and it's okay. Environment variables. path. Paste. Are you seriously? There's no way. No, okay. Whoa, my God. Okay. Okay. I'll just use this. So yours will work, mine doesn't, and well, blip me, I guess. But it's fine. Okay. Let's launch Visual Studio Code. I don't want Copilot. I'll mark everything as done. Don't show this at startup. Close this window. I'll open a folder. Documents, projects, console game. We can also create new folders. So you can create the projects and the console game in your documents if you want to, or wherever you want to put the project. So now I'll select this folder. Now we have it open. I'll trust the authors of console game because I'm the author. And let's create a main.c. And also let's install, since it gives us the suggestion to install the extension pack. Okay. Perfecto. And let's create a notes.txt. Okay. Is there a way for me to see how long the video has been running for? Yeah, there is. 17 minutes. Okay, so this was the installation of things and tools, pre-release version. Would you like to switch to it? Yeah, whatever, I don't care. And I guess this for episode 1 is fine, and we can just also talk about what the idea for our game is going to be. So let's write it down in notes in our text file. So my idea for the console game is simple. It's quite simple. The idea is that it's like an automatic dungeon crawler. So like auto dungeon crawler. And so the idea is we have like the player and we have like 2 or 3 enemies. And then we have like 3 types of room that the player can encounter. And the thing is the game switches between these rooms automatically. So, god damn it. So the types of rooms can be like a fighting room, a treasure room where you can get an item. The fighting room, you fight monsters, like you fight an enemy. The treasure room, you get a random item. And a resting room where you can recover some of your health. Okay. And then we also have the basic items that you get in the treasure room. And so the idea is that there's floors to the dungeon. Floors in the dungeon. They make up the dungeon, okay? The floors make up the dungeon. And what happens is the player starts in the first floor. Then one of three rooms, one of three types of room is chosen randomly, okay? And this can depend on, like, it's way rarer to get the resting room depending on your depth, see? But for example, okay, so the player starts in the first floor, then one of three rooms is chosen, the fighting room, treasure room, or resting room, and it's chosen at random. And we can start by doing this. So it's chosen at random, then you resolve the room action. So if it's the fighting room, you fight. If it's the treasure room, you give the item a player. You give the item a player. Oh my God, I'm dyslexic. You give the player an item, and if it's the resting room, you give the player a bit of health back. And then after you resolve the broom action, you move the player down one level, which is just updating an integer somewhere, okay? And the moving down one level can mean different things for a game, which is update enemy. So it can increase enemy attack and health. It can also increase item quality or item itself. So we can get different items depending on our depth. It can change the room type, spawn, percentage. How do I call this? So it can change how much of a certain room can spawn, like it becomes harder for a resting room to appear, for example. And yeah, and this is basically the idea for the game. This should be easy to do. This is my game design document. Okay, yeah. And I feel like this is way doable. Okay, and we'll just start in our main.c file and then we'll create more files as needed. Okay, but I feel like this is pretty doable. And I feel like it's, I don't know, it's pretty cool. And if you die, then the game asks you if you want to play again. It should reset everything. And also the player will need an inventory. So we are going to need an inventory, right? Somehow. somehow. Good Lord. There you go. Okay, let's uh, let's stop here, and in the next episode we will start coding. Yeah, feels like, I don't know. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited as well. This feels like a good plan. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.